Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and all the guests present here. Welcome to the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club meeting. I am Sergeant at Arms Maanvi Kumar. I'm sure you all are as excited as I am for the meeting today. The meeting will be blocked for 2 hours and you are expected to stay for the entire duration. As we begin the meeting, I'll be reciting the mission of Toastmasters Club. We provide a supportive and a positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we start it officially, I want to highlight few key points. Your video should be on and audio should be off. Your audio should only be on when you are called to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topics of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmasters International does not put any restriction on speaking on these topics, we at Gabby's Online Toastmasters Club request all the speakers, evaluators, and guests to be mindful and responsible and abstain from speaking on these topics. I also urge you to be cognizant of the fact that we as a club practice diversity and inclusion both in letter and in spirit, hence ensuring there are no sexist, racist, or any such undertones that creates hostility and discomfort among the members or the guests. Now, I would like to call upon stage the presiding officer for today's meeting. Our presiding officer for today is Distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, the president of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. He has played several leadership roles within and beyond Toastmasters. Within Toastmasters, he has been a president, distinguished division director, a distinguished area director, and beyond Toastmasters, he has held many leadership positions at the director level and above with MNCs and startups. Currently, he is invested in building his own educational edutech startup, Tractive. Can we give a huge round of applause for Distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh? The stage is all yours.
Thank you so much. That was our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Maanvi Kumar. Thank you so much, Maanvi. Thank you for starting the meeting on time, and thank you for all that you do, along with the rest of the Educom team, for ensuring that our meetings are so seamless thrice in a week. This is not easy, and I would not shy away from mentioning this in every single opportunity that I get, that we really appreciate the hard work that goes behind organizing these meetings. Okay. Before let me first get this meeting started formally, and with this, the meeting comes to order. I would like to acknowledge the presence of a few guests who are visiting Toastmasters, Toastmaster Akib Javed. I know Akib, would you want to quickly give a 30 seconds introduction about yourself? Which club are you from? I mean, most of us know you, but still, for people who don't.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sourav. My name is Akib Javed. I work for a supply chain firm here in Bangalore. I am associated with a club called Coastline Toastmasters Club, which is in Visakhapatnam. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Akib, I didn't know you're in Bangalore. I thought you were in Vizag. Okay, good to know that you're in Bangalore. Hope to meet you at one of our hybrid meetings as well. We are at we meet in Indiranagar. So if you're somewhere close by, please do consider joining us for our hybrid meetings in person, which happens in Indiranagar.
Sure.
We also have a very special guest today. But before I come to him, I want to also acknowledge the presence of Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, quick 30 seconds introduction about yourself, please.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Sourav. You know that I always look forward to attend meetings, any kind of meetings on Toastmasters, especially the Gabbys meetings. I think I recall you will also agree that when we were child, in our school times, our teacher always said that if you attend the classes regularly, you would automatically pass your exams. So in that manner, I think if I attend such meetings, I would become a fluent speaker as well as a public speaker. I think so, and the God knows what happens. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil. I'm sure you'll become a prolific speaker with time, with practice, the dedication that you have. Having said that, I really don't have an opinion about the first part of the analogy that you drew with attending classes regularly at school, because I've heard that it works for certain people. I wouldn't know because I used to bunk most of my classes in school, college, and so I really don't know. I mean, yeah. So this is something that I know Parosi ka Pintus used to do. So I was not one of them. Okay. Moving on to our next guest that we have today in our meeting, a visiting Toastmaster again. And this is a very special guest because very recently I was the test speaker at a district conference where he was one of the evaluators. And he is the first runner up of the evaluation speech contest of District 124. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Himanshu Awasthi, for joining us today. Toastmaster Himanshu, a quick 30 seconds of your introduction, please.
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everybody. And Saurav, you are not the only one who bunked school and college. I've been the partner in crime, and I come from Kanpur Toastmasters Club, and I've been a Toastmaster for the last 9 years. Over to you.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Himanshu, for joining our meeting today. Himanshu is taking up a role in today's meeting. We also have Toastmaster Sadil, who joined us just now. He's an evaluator, so he will be evaluated formally towards the later half of the meeting. So without wasting any further time on talking, I wanted to show you something which I'm sure you would love to see. And with this, we will make an announcement now. So let me know if you can see my screen, when you can see my screen. All set. So this is the warning. Typically, we say, please join our meeting. So this time we are saying, please don't join our meeting. So what's happening? What's cooking at the Gabbys? Let's check it out. So I hope you are all going to join us for the Gabby's Day that's happening on 22nd of June. So typically we used to do our 1 year celebration when we were one club in the month of September. But then after that, we started a second club and then a third club. And then we are in the process of starting many more clubs down the line. So we decided that there should be one day in the year which we will mark as the Gabby's Day. And purely based on logistical reasons, there is no other reason. 22nd June was the date that was decided by the executive committee of all the three clubs together. This is happening in Springboard 91. And we have got a beautiful auditorium kind of a setup there with stage and gallery and everything. Sounds too good to be true. And that's why I'm saying you should be there to see if it's true, and it's true. And people who are not able to join us in person because they're based out of a different city, and that is the only valid reason, please do join us online. Obviously, if you want to fly down here for the Gabbys Day for yet your own expense, we would obviously want to welcome you. And that's it. We'll only have your welcome from our side. Okay. With this, I would want to get this meeting started. And for that, I have someone that I'm absolutely in awe with for two reasons. One is she's a teacher and she teaches kids. I have to teach one kid, that's my daughter. And I feel like there's no job in this world which is harder than that. Forget about teaching her anything, even to make her sit down for studying. That itself is a big task. Even as I'm speaking now, she's dangling from my lap. So she's supposed to sit with her textbook. She's nowhere near her textbook. She has been a teacher for more than 30 years. And apart from that, the other reason why I'm in awe of this lady is because she is an equally sincere student, the kind of student that my mom always wished I was. Even she is out of school for after so many years, she still takes notes diligently. Even if I'm speaking and giving her introduction, she's taking notes. Right? What did Sourav say in my introduction? What did she miss? So please welcome with a big round of applause the Toastmaster of the day for today, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Mom, please don't forget to pack your sunscreen. Dad, no official calls this year, please. I want many pictures with you. Well, greetings, fellow Toastmasters and esteemed guests. It is that time of the year yet again. Vacations are round the corner, travel plans are brewing up in every home. And I thought, why not take up this topic that resonates with many of us, traveling like a pro? You may be a seasoned explorer or a novice adventurer. Mastering the art of travel can elevate your experiences and make your journey more enjoyable and fulfilling. I'm sure at some point of time or the other, all of you must have gone through travel tips, or maybe every time when we plan a trip, we do that to make our holiday more meaningful. Now, before I go ahead, I would like to request if there is anyone who would want to share some trip that he or she went on and is still very close to your heart. In a quick 30 seconds, anyone would want to share a trip that happened last year, last 6 months back, or even before that, or maybe a dream trip.
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah,
I took my first solo trip to Himachal, and directly on top of, literally on top of a mountain, I went to Dharampur all alone. And even now, I miss it. Like there's not even a single day when I wake up in the morning and miss the -3 degrees cold, and miss that opening up the window and looking down into the valley, and miss the smell of the pine trees, the snow. I swear, even today, when I wake up, and I'm in Mumbai right now, every morning when I open my eyes, I wish I was back there on top of that mountain. That was amazing experience.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing this. Yes. Toastmaster Akib.
I mean, similar to the speaker, I had been to Kheer Ganga trek, and every day Google reminds me of it. So, although I have memory, Google keeps reminding me all those sweet memories of going up and then staying there for a few days and coming down, the cold and all the Maggie we ate during the trek. That's amazing. And then it keeps telling me, why don't you plan again? And I've not been able to plan. Yeah.
Maggie seems to be a staple food for all travel destinations, I feel. Well, thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, well, one thing is for sure that travel takes us out of our comfort zones, inspires us to experience new things, teaches us to adapt to new surroundings, engage with different people, and enrich ourselves. But today, our focus would be more on smart travel hacks that can make traveling convenient and safe. And in the meantime, I would request all of you to just go back in your mind and see what tips you had or you keep and jot them down, so that at the end, I would want you also to share a few tips for the benefit of the others. So today, right at the start, when we are planning, I hope everybody is aware of that, imperative to check the weather of our travel destination before packing. There could be various combinations of weather waiting ahead of us. We know that, right? In today's time of changing weather pattern, it is important to be prepared for unforeseen variations. There could be an unexpected downpour or a chilly breeze starting all of a sudden. Be prepared for that. Now, while packing clothes, try to use them in a cluster. In simple terms, try to mix and match. Well, just one thing, this is for ladies like me, not for men like my husband who've already been practicing this all their life. So I think let's move ahead with the proceedings of the meeting because this will continue. So lots to discuss and we'll give it a pause and come back to it again. Now, the Toastmasters meetings, they are built around three elements. First, the prepared speeches. In this section, speeches are delivered according to the individual speaker's path, level, and project in accordance to the Toastmaster International Guidelines. Second is the impromptu speeches, which are also called as the table topics. This section is the most interesting of all as it tests the impromptu thinking skills of the speaker. And this is that part of the meeting where even the guests can participate. The third and the last section is the evaluation session conducted by the general evaluator. Our general evaluator today is distinguished Toastmaster Sourav Dutta. Winner of 2 DTM awards, 3 Triple Crown awards, and 10 Pathbreaker awards, and the International Speech Contest champion from Division B, District 92. That is our very own general evaluator for today, the President DTM Sourav Dutta. I invite DTM Sourav Dutta to the virtual stage to take us further and explain his role as the general evaluator. Over to you, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Jaspreet, for introducing the general evaluator in a clinical manner. As the general evaluator, my role is to evaluate this meeting right from the start of the meeting, rather even before the meeting starts, when the meeting preparations are going on, up till the end of the meeting. I would be looking for things that have gone well and things that could have been better. And for doing that, during the course of this next 2 hours, I have a few team members of mine who will be helping me in assessing, evaluating the meeting and provide constructive feedback to all the role takers, speakers, and evaluators. The first person on my team is my timer today. Now, incidentally, our timers today are playing a game of a flip. So I'll have to see exactly who's the timer at this point of time. Okay, so it is Toastmaster Maanvi as of now. I'll explain. The thing is our roaster timer. She is on the way. It's raining cats and dogs at her place. So once she comes, she will take over, which is Toastmaster Sudharma Perera. As of now, we have as a timer Toastmaster Maanvi Kumar. I don't have a formal introduction about Maanvi, but I do know something about Maanvi, which I want to share with you here. Maanvi and I actually had been connected much before she became a member of the Gabbys. I used to be a chief judge in many contests, and there were a couple of people who I would reach out to for being a voting judge. And one person I always know would say yes is Maanvi. So she was my go-to person, my savior in many occasions. And she was extremely diligent, and that's what she continues to be in her role as a sergeant at arms. So please welcome our timer, Toastmaster Maanvi Kumar, a backup timer. Maanvi, can you please explain your role and also show the timing cards?
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests present here. I am the backup timer for today's meeting. As soon as the main timer joins in, she'll be taking over. But to introduce the role as the timer, I'll be helping you all out with the timing part. And for the prepared speeches, we have 5 to 7 minute speeches today. At 5 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. At 6 minutes, I'll be showing the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. We have 30 seconds grace period on the either sides in the prepared speeches section. Next section is the table topic session. The timing for table topic speakers would be 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I'll be showing the green card. At 1 minute, 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card. And at 2 minutes, the red card will be shown. Please note, in table topics, we only have 30 seconds grace period on the above side. That means anyone who speaks for 1 minute till 2 minutes 30 seconds is qualified for the polls. Coming to the evaluation session, the evaluators will get 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I'll be showing the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I'll be showing the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I'll be showing the red card. In evaluations also, we have the 30-second grace period on the either sides. Now, there is a twist in evaluation. We also have a table topic evaluator today. So, for the table topic evaluator, he'll be shown a red card after every speaker's evaluation. For example, he'll be getting 1 minute for every table topic speaker. As soon as the 1 minute gets over, a red card would be shown to him. I'll be presenting my report, or maybe Toastmaster Sudharma will be presenting the timer report in the journal evaluation session. That was all from my side being the timer. Over to you, journal evaluator.
Thank you for adding that extra layer of suspense to our meeting. Who will present the timer report? Okay, fine. We'll wait for it to know at the end of the meeting. The next member on my TAGL team today is again another teacher. So the Gabbys learn so well because we have got so many teachers and principals and trainers in our community, right? In our club. The second teacher that I'm going to introduce today, who is our counter, is Toastmaster Mita Shah. Toastmaster Mita Shah is a teacher by passion and profession, focusing on building a strong foundation through early childhood education for children. Over to you, Toastmaster Mita Shah. Please explain your role.
A very happy evening. Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. The purpose of the R counter is to listen and make a note of unnecessary words and sounds used by all the speakers and role players of today's meeting. This report would focus on 5 major areas: filler words such as inappropriate interjections, for instance, and, well, but, so, you know. The use of crutch words similar to basically, actually, this thing, etc. Repetitive words or phrases in the form of I, or this means, this means. Unintentional long or short pauses made by the speakers. I will present the rest of my report when called for by the general evaluator during the general evaluation session. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
I'll take it over, general evaluator. And I'm now going to introduce the next role taker of my TAGL team, the next team member. And this is the person who broke my heart last week when he informed me that there are nothing like aliens. So I got to know that all the money that I have spent on watching alien movies, that all went down the drain. So let me introduce to you the grammarian for today's meeting. From a teacher, let's move on to a rocket scientist, a space scientist. For me, it's both one and the same. Over to you, Toastmaster Raghava Kundrapu, for explaining us the role of the grammarian and also introducing the word of the day.
Hello. Sorry, I just lost my connection. Hello, Toastmasters. Good evening, all. So today I'm the grammarian of the day, and it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all the usage of grammar usage, thoughts, outstanding words, and sentences by all the speakers and table topic masters, and all are there. So it's my duty to just introduce the word of the day today. So I'm just sharing over the chat. So today's word of the day is nomadic, considering the theme of the travel. So the nomadic meaning is living the life of a nomad, or it's just wandering from one place to another place all the time. And the usage, I just want to tell the usage clearly here, that their nomadic lifestyle allowed them to experience different cultures and landscapes. The tribe's nomadic existence meant they were constantly on the move in search of food and water. And considering the current generation of nomads and work, many people have been working in the nomadic lifestyle. So I thought this is a word which would be maybe useful for the speakers on multiple things. And I encourage everyone to use this word nomadic. And I'll give you a hands up like this whenever people have been using. And I'll keep note of all the good sentences, and I'll just when the TAGL team general evaluator calls upon, I'll show my report. Thank you. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Raghav, for introducing your role. And I think all of our Toastmasters, the distinguished Toastmasters and virtual nomadic Toastmasters have taken note of the word of the day, nomadic. If anyone is using the word of the day, please give a thumbs up like Raghav gave as a sign of encouragement for those using the word of the day. Now, let me introduce the last member of the TAGL team, the fourth member. Our listener for today, Toastmaster Arjun Murmu. Toastmaster Arjun Murmu is originally from Jharkhand, born and brought up in my hometown, in my home city, the city of Joy, Kolkata, where he did his schooling and computer engineering in West Bengal. Worked for more than 3.5 years in an IT company, took a break for higher education, and now he's working for the last 8 years as a business operations manager in an American IT company. Over to you, Toastmaster Arjun, to explain your role as a listener.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the listener of the day. I'll be listening closely to everything said during the meeting and will draft soft questions to test our listening skills at the end of the meeting. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that was my TAGL team who will be assisting me in presenting the reports towards the end of the meeting. I hand over the stage back now to the Toastmaster of the day. I will be back with my team towards the end of the meeting when invited by the Toastmaster of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster Jaspreet.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for introducing your role and your TAGL team to all of us. So moving on towards the prepared speech section, our first speaker today is Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Sadil Jayathilake. Toastmaster Sadil, can you please confirm your presence in the meeting? All right. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Toastmaster Smruti's path is visionary communication. She is delivering level 1, project 4, second speech. The name of the project is Evaluation and Feedback, second speech. The purpose of this project is to practice applying feedback and serve as a speech evaluator during a club meeting. The purpose of the speech is for the member to demonstrate their ability to deliver an effective, respectful speech, which is evaluation speech. Timer, please note, the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty was a sales manager by profession and a certified soft skills trainer by interest. After almost a decade, she is now a full-time management student by virtue of time. She joined Toastmasters to sharpen her saw of public speaking. And I feel she's actually on the right track and going ahead by leaps and bounds. So today we have her with the first speech, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty, Cash to Encash. Cash to Encash, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. Over to you.
Whether you are outdoorsy, prefer traveling like a pro, or simply a couch potato, there is one thing which always keeps the mind, mood, and soul happy. It is food. Delicious food. Am I right? Or am I right? Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guest. Well, I'm back to brag more about the food-loving tales of mine, because life and food go hand in hand in my life. I'm always surrounded by people who cook for their profession and also for us. So now with a quick raise of hand, let me know if you come across these two terminology, that people live to eat food or they eat to live. If you have come across these phrases, please give a thumbs up, a raise of hand. Okay, I can see people on my screen. Okay, fine. Thank you so much for understanding, even if I try to frame it in certain manner, but thank you so much to be on the same page. Why food? Again, Smruti, why food? Because I have a very close connection with food. I shared a lot of things in past and I learned a lot of things in my life with and around food. So today I'm going to share a snippet of my food journey with you. In every summer vacation, it always by default comes in one phrase. In every summer, either I used to visit my hometown or my mom used to come and stay with me for a good number of days. Why? Because I'm incapable of cooking my own food and she loves feeding me with good and delicious food. One summer, I still remember she was with me but was not keeping well. Having said that, mom being mom, was wake up in the morning, 5 a.m., was cooking literally 5 to 7 dishes for me because it was a special occasion for me. I watched her, enjoyed the food, but a thought was kept on pondering in my mind, why? Why she's taking so much pain in cooking so much food for me? I understand it's love, then don't I love her? Can't I reciprocate in similar manner? A phrase which came to my mind is "Kash mujhe bhi khana banana aata," which translate to "I wish I could cook food for her." So, like any other obedient kid, I blamed the entire thing on my mother and said, "Mom, why didn't you teach me how to cook food?" She was totally surprised. She was not expecting this question from a young kid. Having said that, she simply answered, "It's okay. It's not important that you should know everything. It's okay if you don't know how to cook food." Yes, but why? Why don't I know it? My siblings know how to cook food. You know how to cook food. Why don't I know? Well, you don't have a habit to cook food. That's it. That's it? Okay, there are certain skills which are needed to cook food and you don't know those skills. Now you're blaming my skills. Okay, fine, beta. It takes a right attitude to cook food and also quite a bit of knowledge to do that. My naive mom taught me those 4 ingredients to any recipe, whether cooking food or life, which stands for the cash concept. My cash emotion transformed to the cash concept by my mother, where the cash stand for KASH, knowledge, attitude, skill, and habit. Though she never intended to do that, but I started pondering on those thoughts at how a simple activity like cooking or any other skill can be acquired by having these 4 components in their right place. Well, she said it wise that it's not important to learn everything in life, but in case you have right intent to do something, it's important to have these 4 components in their right place. So with great and deep thinking, I went ahead and said, okay, fine then. Let's start with the basic. Let me know how to cook rice at least. To which she said, okay, I can see a right attitude there. We can start with that. Fine then. With the right attitude, I started. She helped me acquire the knowledge that what all ingredients does it take, what all temperature it will you need to use, what all utensils has to be kept in place, and how the gas, you can turn on the gas and make it to sim whenever required. So with the right attitude, certain knowledge, I acquired the skill and started cooking rice for her for next 10 days and made it a habit. My cash pettiness journey transformed to the cash journey because of my mom. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, whether it be a personal arrangement, agreement, or a professional setup, when you have the right intent to do something, always remember the cash concept. Knowledge can be acquired through brainstorming or maybe asking the right people. Attitude can be developed if you are aware regarding your own thoughts. Skill can be identified and practiced, and that practice leads to habit. Consistency is the key. Now, please remember, when we are acquiring so much thing, knowledge and skill gap can result to a knowledge gap if not acquired well in place. If we identify a knowledge gap, it can be resolved by proper training. Lack of attitude and habit can lead to a performance gap, and the same can be overcome with right coaching and mentoring. That's what my mom did. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guest, tonight, when you are taking that last bite of your food, just think through, what is that one thing which you intended to do but didn't do? Was it a knowledge gap or a performance gap? If you feel that you are stuck in any task with lot of emotional backlash, then please understand it's high time to apply cash to encash. Thank you so much. Back to you, Toastmasters update.
A big round of applause for that, Toastmasters Smruti. Life and food go hand in hand. I simply love to listen to your food journey. And yes, just want to tell you, moms are like that. Very happy, very eager to cook for their kids, even if the kids are grown-up adults. And not to forget your acronym CASH. That was quite impressive. Thank you for sharing that with us. Now let's move on to our second speaker, Toastmaster Samita Kar. She will be evaluated by Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Toastmaster Joane, can you please confirm your presence in the room?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, thank you so much. Toastmaster Samita's path is effective coaching. She's delivering level 4, project 1. The name of the project is Improvement Through Positive Coaching. The purpose of this project is for the member to develop and apply skills for coaching a fellow member or a person outside of Toastmasters who can benefit from his or her expertise. The purpose of the speech is for the member to share some aspect of his or her experience coaching. Timer, please note, the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Samita Kar has 30 plus years of experience as a principal and now as a trainer. She's a great person and a wonderful speaker as well. It is incredible to see the ease with which she picks up table topics in every meeting of Toastmasters. Let's see what she has got in store for us today. Toastmaster Samita Kar, penning perfection, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. If you want to improve something or learn something, or a cricketer or a footballer wants to improve something, who will they turn to? You can unmute and speak. Who will they turn to learn those skills? Can anyone answer?
From the coach or the father?
A coach, exactly. Coach is that person who looks at the student and exactly knows what to do and how to. My coaching journey started with, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I can't do it. This was Ishan. Why? I said, what is your problem? You know, no one can read my writing. I said, but why? I didn't learn how to write properly. I am very old right now to change myself. I can't do it. That's it. Sounds familiar, right? How many times have we stopped ourselves from doing the things that we want to do just because we feel we can't do it? God has given us a software system right here from birth. We have neither downloaded it nor did we pay for it. Sometimes we forget about it. But as a coach, I knew that this is the best tool available for me to start my journey. I knew I had to change his mindset from I can't do it to I can do it. And there lies the challenge. First, I asked him, what will happen if you have the perfect handwriting? Oh, mother will stop scolding me, And maybe teacher will give me a few more marks because the teacher can read what I have written. I said, and that is when he started thinking. And he said, you know what? There is this girl in the class. I really have a crush on her. I wanted to give her a birthday note, writing down some beautiful poems, but I was unable to do so since she couldn't read my writing. I want to learn and improve myself so that on her next birthday, I can give her that note. Dear coaches, the why is important because that why will push your student to do better. When I got the why, then I went back to the mindset. How to change his mindset? I knew he loved football. So I curated a few videos of footballers who were talking about how they had that belief system in them that they can do it, how they visualized kicking off the ball and scoring a goal, how they went on the field and practiced countless times for them to score that goal and give that winning title to their team. He watched those videos and suddenly, because they were footballers, his idols, he started believing in himself. He said, I also can do it. Though there was a hesitation in his voice, but I knew this was a good start. Next came the skill set. The why was set, mindset was set, and third, the skill set. I taught him how to hold the pen, how to write the strokes, the spaces that needs to be kept, the size, the shape. He started implementing it. Lo and behold, within a couple of days, it so happened that his writing became legible. It was a huge step for him. He looked and he felt happy. His friend started noticing the difference. And they were happy too. Why? Because they could take his notes. They encouraged him. This encouragement helped him to go and practice further, learn further. When the D-Day came, he wanted to write that note. He wanted to give it to his crush. He took a lot of pain in writing that note. He walked up, gave that note. She took it, opened, and smiled. I could see the glint of joy in his eyes. That was a moment he felt it was worth it, worth all the pain. Next day in assembly, suddenly, Mrs. D'Souza called out his name, his English teacher. He was in a panic. Why did Mrs. D'Souza call out my name? What have I done wrong? I know the lecturer. I should have bunked the classes today. All these thoughts going on in his mind, and suddenly the children around him started clapping. He was bewildered. What happened? Then he heard Mrs. D'Souza appreciating him for changing his handwriting. He couldn't believe his ears. Mrs. D'Souza said, "See, Ishan did not have a good handwriting, but look at him. He has taken the effort to change. And today his handwriting is so good. Look at his exam paper. Perfect penmanship. Take him to be your role model and change like him." He came out with a grin plastered over his face. That's the power of change. That's the power of coaching from A to B, from illegible handwriting to perfectly penmanship. What are you waiting for? Please find a coach and improve yourself. Over to you, TMOD.
A big round of applause for Toastmaster Samita Kar. God has given us a software system which is the best tool available for us. Can't agree more with you, Toastmaster Samita. I, as a coach, learned a lot of tips today. Thank you so much for that. Now, timer, can you please confirm if there are any disqualifications?
No disqualifications.
All right. So can we, Zoom Master, can we launch the poll right now?
Yes, Toastmaster repeated. Doing it in a second.
Request everybody to please vote. And I guess we have time to go on a short break of 5 minutes. So it's 8:16 right now, and we'll be right back within 5 minutes. That is 8:21. Welcome back, everybody, after the break. Well, language plays a very important role even while traveling. Learning some common phrases of your travel destination is always helpful. A hello, a hi, goodbye, thank you in the vernacular will be taken in a welcome manner by the local people. Smart packing means preparing yourself in advance. While traveling, we should always have backup clothes. Keep your essentials and a set of extra clothes in your carry-on as a backup option for any worst-case scenario. Now, for all those who travel with fragile things like cameras, tripods, drones, gimbals, should buy protective covers or padded wraps so that these things can be kept safely. I can go on and on, but right now let's move on to the next section of the meeting, which is the table topic section. Our table topic master today is Toastmaster Atul Srivastava. Toastmaster Atul is from Hyderabad, Telangana. He did an MSc in psychology and a B.Ed in special education and is a retired principal from state government of Telangana. He has a deep passion for training and public speaking and is certified from ICBI and is a member of IMPA Hyderabad. Over to you, Toastmaster Atul Srivastava.
Thank you to MOD and welcome to all the Toastmasters and guests. I'm delighted to begin the session on table topics. This session enables a member to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. Table topics help train members to quickly organize and express their thoughts. You can think of the table topics speech as mini speech with an opening, with a body and a conclusion. This also provides a speaking opportunity for any member, Toastmaster, who is volunteering, and guests may also participate if they wish. Each speaker is required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes, and participants are disqualified at 2 minutes 30 seconds. So it's my pleasure to begin the session. As the theme of today's meeting is to travel like a pro. Traveling is in our blood. It is a natural instinct which comes out the moment the baby starts crawling. It announces the world that it is there to explore the world around him. So taking that into consideration, I have drafted some topics which are very interesting and can be of great help for any kind of prompt speaking. The first topic which I would like to give is I would like to invite first guest Sana. Guest Sana, the topic for you today is, are you an adventure seeker or a natural lover? Are you an adventure seeker or a natural lover? Sorry, nature lover.
Thank you for the question, Toastmaster Atul. If I have to answer this question, I do travel a lot. Whenever I get time, I go to different parts of the country. Recently, I visited Goa, and it's a really fun place, surrounded by nature and beaches. And one thing that I really love to do is not only to connect with the nature, but also I'm really very adventurous when it comes to doing different kind of water sports. I was there in Goa and I tried this parasailing, and also not in Goa but other parts of the country I had done hiking also. So I think it's a balance for me. I do like connecting with the nature and being around the forest, but I also love whenever if I'm in any place, I also try adventurous activities, different kind of sports there if I can. And I also tried this bungee jumping recently. So I would say, like, for me it's kind of a balance of both. And yeah, one thing that I would like to mention is, like, traveling lets you uh, embark something new from your personality. It's like, if you travel more, you will get to realize some different kind of personalities that might be hidden in yours. So I would recommend everyone to travel as much as you can, and it's never a waste of money. It's always some experience that you get and that you will remember in future. So that's it, and thank you for the topic.
Thank you. It's nice sharing your experience. And I would like now to invite Sunil Gupta, who is regularly attending our meeting. The topic, are you ready, Sunil Gupta?
Yes,
Sunil?
yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
the topic to you is travel gives opportunity to introspect, self-discover and fulfillment. Travel gives opportunity to introspect, self-discover and fulfillment. Over to Sunil Gupta.
Yeah, thank you. Why do we introspect ourselves? We want happiness, satisfaction, peace in life. And sometimes, and most of the people think that we can get such thing when we travel a new place, we visit a new place. But as far as I am concerned, I think it's a kind of temporary thing. Because after 7 days, 5 days, or 1 month, you have to return to your pavilion, your home, where you have to live. You have to live your life. If you want satisfaction, happiness, I think you should introspect yourself at the place where you live. You have to live permanently. And that will give you a permanent happiness. That is called satisfaction. Yeah. And another thing is what you like. If you like to travel and you explore, you want to explore things, that's your kind of hobby. But as far as introspection is concerned, I think you can betterly introspect yourself at the place where you live, where you are surrounded by your close people, your friends, and others. So for introspection, I would suggest you to remain at the place where you live. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice experience because traveling gives a lot of opportunity to introspect and get fulfillment. I would like to invite Mr. Akib Javed. Mr. Akib Javed, the topic for you is traveling is best way of education. Traveling is best way of education.
Traveling is best way of education. Knowing the fact that we have a lot of teachers and trainers in here, they won't like it because they ask you to learn the books, they ask you to learn from recordings, they ask you to learn from experiences. For me, majority of my learning has come from experiences. All the things that I experienced. So if you talk about learning a new language, it only happened when I was experienced such surrounding. It only happened when I was in a place put in to speak that language. Otherwise, it's not so easy. Similarly, how did I learn driving scooty was only when I pushed. I was pushed to sit on it and I was experiencing left and right. I was hitting somewhere and then I learned. Similarly with bicycle. So how does the experience come? Experience comes when you have that hands-on, when you start doing things. When you travel, you learn how to talk, how to negotiate. If you do not know the language of the places you are visiting, you are forced to learn few keywords so that you can survive and you can ask for ways, you can ask for location, you can ask for food. When you are in a different city, you also learn how to build a relationship because everybody is unknown and we are a social human being. We want to talk to somebody. We can't be living silent. So I do agree that travel leads you to learning, but that's not the only way of learning because trainers here won't accept it. And I also, as a small trainer in my organization, won't accept it. It comes from experiences, and experiences come when you take things on, when you directly hit on something, when you are pushed into something, when you are just thrown in an ocean, you will try learning and try to swim and come out. So my understanding, same. It is the experiences which brings more learning, and of course, travel brings some of the experiences. So that's my take for you.
That's really very true. Exposure gives us experience, and experience teaches us many things in life. I would like to invite Toastmaster Joseph. Toastmaster Joseph, the topic for you is get set, go, and adventures is yours. Get set, go, and adventures is yours.
How many of you like adventure? Please raise your hand. I know there are some hands already raised because you want to enjoy the adventure of table topics, but in general, how many of you like adventure? Oh, thank you for the thumbs up. I see quite a lot of thumbs up. I don't like adventure. I hate it. I'm someone who's very comfortable in my life. Give me a cup of good coffee and a book in my hand, and I'm done. I get my salary in my bank account, and I'm done. Such a sweet life. I meet my Toastmaster friends online and offline, and I'm done. What more do you want? I'm a simple person. But then I have a brother, a polar opposite. I'm fat, he's super fit. I am a homebody, he's a nomad at heart. A true nomadic person. He cannot stay in a place for more than 2 months. He's either in a new state or in a new country. And I said, fine, it's his personality. He enjoys traveling. So be it. But over the years, the change that I saw in him, the growth that I saw in him, I started getting envious, honestly, of my own brother. Very truly. I said, how can a person who was shy, who used to stutter when he used to speak, who didn't know how to manage his own laundry, travel the world and become such an interesting, charming person within a year? That is when I realized get, set, go changes your life. Because when you get, set, and go, you start embracing things that are difficult and uncomfortable. And when you start doing that, you learn to adapt. And you know, in this world, it's not the survival of the fittest, but the one who can adapt the best is the one who's going to win the war and survive. And I have seen this transformation happening in my brother. And so from last 6 months, I have started traveling and have seen the same transformation happening in me slowly and steadily. So my dear friends, whether you love adventure or not, trust me, take this chance, get, set, go, and see how your life changes. Thank you, and back to you.
Yes, very correct. Adventures teaches us a lot. And when we get, set, go, experience may be bitter or very sweet one, but it teaches us a lot of lessons. Now I'd like to invite Toastmasters Smita Kar, Samita Kar. The topic for you today is travel is journey to self-discovery and personal growth. Travel is journey to self-discovery and personal growth. Over to Toastmasters Smita Kar.
All set. Tickets are booked. Flights are booked. Hotel room is booked. You go and you find the flights have been cancelled. This is what happens when you start traveling. Unexpected things come up. What do? Either you sit, crib, cry, or you pick up your luggage and see whether you can take a train or the next flight. When you travel, your self-analysis starts. You start reacting in a particular manner, seeing the result, changing yourself, and becoming more adaptable. When you reach different places, maybe it's an adventure that you had planned or a jungle you wanted to visit. You have this in your mind that the moment you enter the jungle, you'd see a particular animal or some birds or some plants. When you reach there, either you get to see or you don't get to see. Both the things you have to accept. This shows your personality. This basically builds your personality. All the things that are around us, we do not have a complete control over it. And we have to accept, adapt, change, and become the better version of ourselves. When I traveled, I saw that I become very nervous before the train arrives. Why? I always have a fear in my mind that I'll miss the train. This went on for quite some time before I realized that I always reach the station on time. Then why am I so anxious? Self-analysis made me become calmer. And now I reach, I take my train, even if it gets cancelled, I take another train to my destination. I'm not anxious anymore. Over to you.
That's really great. To get rid of all stress and anxiety, travel teaches a lot. Thank you. And now I'd like to invite Toastmaster Aparna Raja. Aparna Raja, the topic for you today is any two events you experience in travel, you never wish to get it repeated again. Any two events you experience in travel, which you never wish to get it repeated again. Toastmaster Aparna Raj.
So there are two versions of me, before my travels and after my travels. So what you see today is the person who's traveled her heart out and truly understood that traveling is probably the best education one person can get. And when I say that, I'm not talking about everything hunky-dory. Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Murphy's Law. It is almost a twin of every travel journey or every journey a person takes on. And you know what? I've started to believe that it is probably the best part of a journey. So if you ask me any two, I would say two. I have 200. But when I look back, there isn't a single journey that I would say, you know what, I don't want that even to happen again because it shaped me. It truly shaped me. For example, that instance where I got lost in transit. I was going to a new place and I missed the flight and I didn't know where I was midway because the flight was diverted. I didn't know where to go. I spent the night in the airport in a godforsaken land. I had no idea how to go about it, but I figured my way. I shivered, I quivered, I prayed to every god I knew. That night, I thought it was the worst night of my life. I almost cried that day thinking, why did I even travel? But you know what happened after that journey? I've come to believe that whatever goes wrong, I can manage. And this has happened with every single incident that happens during my journeys. Every time I had a bag stolen, once my bag was slashed and my wallet was taken off. Once I had someone who kept walking behind me. I don't know whether he was trying to stalk me or rob me, no idea. Everything happened, but I endured it. And today, I'm an average of all those incidents. And so I wouldn't say I don't want any. I will say maybe not in the same format, but I will say it is good to have those experiences. So let's not discount any, good, bad, or ugly. Let's have all experiences. Back to you, Table Topics Master.
Thank you, Aparna Raja. It was really nice listening to you. And now I'd like to invite Prabha Lohaniwal, Toastmaster Prabha Lohaniwal. The topic for you today is any two key steps for smooth traveling. Any two key steps you would take for smooth traveling.
Two key steps for smooth traveling. I think when you prepare for your travel, you need to first take care of what the weather would be and prepare yourself according to that. And second is just open your heart, and don't imagine anything beforehand. Just let yourself go out and explore things, meet people, enjoy talking to them, talk to them. You will understand, you will know how they live, what they eat, how they see things, and you will come across different perspective when you meet them. So two key steps is to first is to prepare yourself according to the weather. That's what I do first, because weather is important to me. And second is just go with the flow. Just don't imagine anything that what will happen, how will I do anything. Either you can be accompanied with your friends, or you are yourself. I mean, in that scenario also, either you are planning the trip, or you are just on laid back attitude. So in both scenarios, just have that mindset where you are open to experiences, and it could be struggle, it could be a very fun trip. So be open to the place that will offer great things to you. Over to you.
Yes, that's really true. Thinking about in advance about the journey will always help us to plan better and take care of every obstacle which we may face, any unforeseen reason. I would like to now invite Toastmaster Sanjay Jain. Toastmaster Sanjay Jain, The topic for you is travel is rewarding and motivating. Travel is rewarding and motivating.
Thank you, Toastmaster Atul, for giving me this opportunity. Good evening to all of us, all of you. Traveling is rewarding and motivating. Yes, when we travel, we find, for example, if we are traveling to some holy place, like I recently traveled to Tirupati Balaji, where I got the what you say, the devotion and the power. I actually enjoyed being there and feeling the power of the God, mighty God, which I could not feel at home. So the travel to holy places, which usually be in my card. So I usually travel to various holy places and things like that, which I feel, for example, if I go to Rajasthan, I go to various temples and things like that. So that it gives me the power which our ancient people have made these holy places, which are very instead of going to a foreign country or something. So I feel it is a very. Thank you very much. I'm not able to.
Oh, no problem. It was great listening to you. I would like to invite Toastmaster Mita M. Shah. Mita M. Shah, are you ready to take the topic?
Yes.
Yes. The topic for you is solo traveling is more challenging than being in group or family.
Okay, happy me. Yes.
Solo traveling is more challenging than being in group or family. Over to Mita M. Shah.
So this gives me a long back, like when I had traveled first time from Bangalore to Mumbai. And it was the first time I left alone without like parents said that no, you can go by bus journey and they'll come to pick me up. And that was a long back, like I think it was in 2000, not 1998 or something like that. And I don't know, I left from here, but there on the way, every time the bus was dropping somewhere or the other, and I had to get down for relaxing because it was a long journey during that time from here to Bombay. It was a 24 hours above. Then once I just came out and then I realized the bus was already leaving. And that time I had to rush. And then they realized that yes, 2-3 passengers were left out. So this made me that yes, we have to be very conscious and that solo journey is not so easy, that we have to, with family, we can manage, everyone will be there. But when we are solo, we have to be very conscious for bus or whatever our things, what we are carrying, luggages, baggages, everything. And that made me a realization. After that, I was really enjoying my solo journey and learned a lot of things that gave me a lot of experience as a solo journey. That gives a lot of energy also. It's learning and experiencing. Over to you, table topic master. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your experience about your first journey and especially solo journey. But it teaches us a lot. And now I would try to conclude by requesting the last speaker, Mr. Sourav Dutta.
Yes, sir.
The topic for you is Sourav Dutta, is travel awakes our senses and embraces diversity. Travel awakes our senses to embrace diversity. Over to DTM Sourav Dutta.
I was extremely homophobic. Extremely. I remember that once I was traveling in an auto And after a certain point of time, something gave me a feeling that the man sitting beside me in the auto in India, he is, this was in Kolkata, he's a gay. And, you know, I got so uncomfortable, I actually got down from the auto. This was me. I was not ready to sit beside a homosexual man in a public transport. Obviously, he couldn't have raped me. Nothing would have had happened, but I was not comfortable. This was almost 30 years back, or maybe around 25 years back. In 2010, I first traveled to US, and after that to various countries. When I went to US, I met a lot of people who were homosexuals, homosexual couples, married couples. And slowly, I was comfortable going out with them for dinner, for movies, for drinks. And never for a second I felt uncomfortable. Today, I consider myself to be a much more liberal and a progressive human being in the truest sense, who has the maturity and the ability to respect people for their choices, not feel uncomfortable with people who are different than what we are, who behave differently than how we behave. And I strongly believe that this wouldn't have happened if I wouldn't have traveled and met those wonderful people and not discarded them or stayed away from them just because they're not similar to me. So I totally agree with this particular topic that travel definitely helps us awake our senses and make it more diverse in terms of our mindset. Thank you. Back to you, table topic.
Yes. Yes, true, very true. Now LGBTQT is the talk of the town in every country. They are asking for the rights equivalent to any other citizen. And we like it or not like it, but we have to accept because they are also human being and they have their own point of view to address the society. So with this, we come to the close of our table topic session, and I would like to hand over the session to our TMOD, Jaspreet Kaur. Over to Mr. Jaspreet Kaur.
Thank you very much, Table Topic Master Atul, for bringing up such meaningful topics which were very much in tune with today's time. A big round of applause for conducting it so very well for you. Now, before we move ahead, Timer, could you tell us if there is any disqualification in the table topic section?
No disqualifications.
All right, thank you. And Zoom Master, can we launch the poll right now? Yes, everybody, please, if you could vote. Now, I would invite DTM Sourav Dutta for the general evaluation of the session. Over to you, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much. And I will be doing the general evaluation in a few parts so that it's not a long monologue in terms of what I will be sharing with you. So let me first start with the evaluation of the meeting till the time we had the prepared speeches. So the meeting started right on time, and the meeting started right on time. We had our Toastmaster Maanvi, our Sergeant at Arms today, who started the meeting exactly at 7:30 p.m. And one important thing to note is that a couple of role takers did not join by then, but still we were able to start the meeting on time. While a couple of role takers not joining by then is not something that we can really appreciate, but starting the meeting on time is definitely something that we strongly appreciate. Moving on, the presiding officer took the stage, and I will recuse myself from evaluating the presiding officer for obvious reasons. Moving on to the Toastmaster of the day. So the beauty of this topic is that it's extremely relatable, and because it's relatable, that's why you had a lot of people participating, raising their hands and talking about it of their own free will. I also think that we had a good number of guests in attendance today because the topic is extremely relatable with everyone and anyone in this room. One tip for you, Jaspreet, since we're talking about pro tips of travel, here's a small tip about being a Toastmaster of the day. When you say that, when you're giving these tips, instead of saying that travel with, if you're traveling with a fragile item, take extra care, get a packaging, and try to tell a short story of 30 seconds of what happened when you did not travel with this fragile item, when you did not travel with an adequate packaging. I was traveling with this particular very expensive camera to this particular city. And, when I received the bag, I frantically opened to see if my camera, which was right on top, was in place. And it was, just that it was in shambles, or it was totally shattered. Something like this, which will help us remember that, because if you just give it like a laundry list of things that we should do, then probably it's not something that we would be able to remember. And also, that's something that's easily available on the internet. People can just Google. So our individual value add will be when we bring in those individual stories. Also give a little bit of more opportunity to people to share their stories as well. I know you did, but more close-ended questions, which would help people to participate. That would make it more engaging. So with this, let me now invite the first evaluator who will be evaluating the first speaker. And the first evaluator for today is Toastmaster Sadil Jayathilake. Toastmaster Sadil is the Sergeant at Arms of the Negombo Toastmasters Club. He has finished his studies at Maristella College and is currently studying at the University of Moratuwa. His hobbies are playing basketball, saving rubric cubes, and walking. Over to you, Toastmaster Sadil Jayathilake, for evaluating our speaker, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Sourav, for that wonderful introduction. Now, before Toastmaster Smruti's evaluation, she has delivered a speech before, and her evaluator has given her 3 suggestions. Number 1 is adding examples or stories for explanation. Number 2, to have a strong ending. And number 3, to have solid hand gestures and use vocal variety. So let's see how much Toastmaster Smruti has adapted those things for her speech today. Now, when it comes to using a story, of course, she had used the story between she and her mom, how she learned how to cook rice and how her mother maintained her. So job well done on that, Toastmaster Smruti. Next thing, strong ending. Of course, you had a strong ending. You have taught us about the cash method. Now that's a really strong ending. And thirdly, to have good vocal variations. Yes, you had good vocal variations, especially when you deliver that dialogue between you and your mom. Now, you have adapted those things. In my side, you had asked some questions to grab our attention. Whether you have heard about the saying, whether you live to it or vice versa. And next up, you had a good vocabulary throughout your speech. Like you use such nice words like snippet. Snippet means a small segment. Pondering. Pondering means considering. And reciprocate. That means something in return. Now, job well done on that, Toastmaster Smruti. Now, in my side, I have some small points of improvements. Actually, I have 3. Number 1 is, when you deliver the dialogue, it's between you and your mom. So you can, when you speak as your mom, you can rise a little bit like this and look at this side. And when you speak as yourself, you can get a little bit low and look up. So it will actually give a little bit a dramatic effect for your speech. And second thing is to use hand open palm gestures. So throughout the speech, I saw some clasping hands. Actually, in Toastmasters, we try to keep the hands open all the time. So don't just ignore it. Just don't clasp your hands during your speech. And thirdly, and my final suggestion is simply don't say thank you after your speech, because you taught us about the cash method, right? You have taught us something. So we as an audience should thank you. So just ignore that. But all in all, Toastmasters Smruti, you had a great speech, and you also explained what cash is, because some of us don't know what cash is. You gave us the translation as well, which was a real nice job. You had a great speech. I wish you best of luck for the future as well. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sadil. I think that was an extremely elevating evaluation. Couple of observations from my side. One is the management of time, the management of time in terms of the distribution of the evaluation. Always try to start the recommendation before the green card comes. If you are starting the recommendation after the green card comes, think about it. You just have only 1 minute left for your recommendations, right? And it's very difficult to package 2 recommendations. Ideally, you should give at least 2 recommendations, not at least. I mean, ideally 2 recommendations, maybe 1 or 2. That is not a good idea to start it at the green card. The second thing is, when you have less time for recommendations, avoid over explanation. Like, for instance, how she should have looked at her mother, how her mother should have looked at her. This kind of feedback probably you can keep for an after meeting conversation. Maybe you can write it in your evaluation notes, but not something that I would recommend including in the 3 minutes evaluation, because that will take a lot of your time. In fact, over explanation is one of the problems that we have, and I particularly have this problem. We have to understand we are giving a feedback, we are not teaching that person. Now, coming to the speaker, I would want to add one point to what Toastmaster Sadil said. So, Smruti, you have a very beautiful smile which you constantly wear on your face. More, reminds me of politicians. Whatever the occasion, they will smile, right? So you have that. See, even now you're doing that. So the thing is that during your speech, try to keep that smile away, because certain portions of your speech, even when you're talking about something serious, people switch off the audio and listen to your speech. Even if it's a sad speech, they may feel that you're delivering a humorous speech, right? So smile is a very powerful weapon, and people like me struggle to use that effectively. But people like you who are blessed with that, don't overuse it. One, it makes us feel bad, and second, the speech loses its sheen. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much, both the speaker and the evaluator. Let me move on to the next evaluator, who is Toastmaster Joan Joseph, evaluating our speaker, Toastmaster Samita Kar. Toastmaster Joan Joseph, a content writer, a passionate reader, an introvert who finds joy in conversation. She immerses herself in diverse music genres and languages, while her free evenings are spent treasure hunting in vintage book and stationery stores. Hailing from Mumbai, she cherishes the sunrises and sunsets and Marine Drive. And being a very modest person, she forgot to mention, she is also the one of the district contestants in evaluation. So we have one champion evaluator out here evaluating our second speaker, Toastmaster Samita Kar. Over to you, Joane. That one was the pressure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sourav. Time or don't time, I'm just thanking Sourav for the introduction. That has now elevated my pressure. Okay. Toastmaster Samita, penning perfection. You know what I liked? I liked the title very much. Yeah, as a reader, I always like it when somebody comes with a title like penning perfection and then justifies that whole title in her speech, because in the end you help someone to pen perfectly. So I loved your title. That's the first thing. Very few people can get it right on track. Second, I love the way you speak. I mean, it's not a surprise. I love the dramatization, the vocal variety, the pronunciation and the enunciation, the way you pronounce and enunciate your words. It's so nice to hear that sometimes I forget what the content is, but I just want to listen to Samita. So that is your strength. Keep on working on that. Keep on bringing that lovely way you speak. And today you did fantastically with your body language, especially your hand gestures. When you were speaking about uplifting and downpouring and whatnot, perfect hand gestures, maybe unconsciously, but I loved the way you used your body and your vocals today in your speech. Now coming to the content of the speech, the objective of the project. The objective of the project was for you to share your experience as a coach. But I felt personally that this was from the perspective of your coachee. What I wanted was Samita's perspective as a coach. What were the lessons that you learned? What were your struggles? What were your reflections? This was what I was looking for. And I couldn't find that in the speech. The speech was totally about your coachee. What about you? So that aspect was not present in the speech. And that was what the speech project objective is. Your reflections on your experience as a coach. So this is something you have to think about, that where those lessons and that reflections are. Second, let's talk about opening body conclusion. Now, I'm not talking about the structure. You are a seasoned Toastmaster now. The benchmark is very high for you, Samita. So with a lot of humility, let me tell you, when I talk about opening body conclusion, I'm telling, let's take it to the next level. You started by saying, good evening, this, that, have you ever had a coach, whatever. Instead, what I would have done, I would have started by saying, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. The dramatization phrase that you used, and build up a mystery. Now, this is one way of opening. There are many ways of opening. You can use drama, you can use mystery, you can use data. So next time, let's try something new, because every single time you use the same good afternoon, good evening, right? So let's try something new. Then coming to conclusion, what was the message that you were trying to pass through this speech? Was it like nothing is impossible or strive harder? That message was not true, right? I don't see a message or a call of action. And if I don't see a message or a call of action, I can link it back to the body. Again, what was it that you were trying to say? You said a lot of things and I loved everything. I'm not saying no, but that clarity of concept is not there. So overall, I'll tell you, I loved the title. I'm giving you 100%. You have won my heart with that extremely lovely title. I love the way you speak, your voice, your personality, the power. I love all of it. But now we need to take it to the next level. Think about a very strong opening and a conclusion, and think about the project objective, the perspective. And next time, all the best. I'm expecting a great speech from you. Thank you, and back to you, Sourav.
Thank you so much, Joane. One thing I would want to call out first is that the timing distribution, something that we should all learn. The way, I think it was, by the time it was green card, you already finished one recommendation, right? And I think that's the best way of approaching, where you have got enough time for you to give the recommendations. Now, one more important point about your evaluation is you evaluated the speech and the project. Now, when it comes to the pathways speech evaluations, this is one area where I've seen many evaluators lack. They either evaluate the speech or they evaluate the project. Sometimes they mix up both of it totally, and they end up saying that the speech did not meet the objective because they were looking at the project, right? So you did it separately, which means that you spend good amount of time in looking at the evaluations. Now, one area of concern that I have is that multiple times during your evaluation, you are drawing parallel with Samita's previous performance. You said initially that you are a great speaker, the way you speak. After that, you said that you are a seasoned Toastmaster, veteran, etc., etc., etc. And then the third one where you said that all the time you're using this good morning, good afternoon, etc., something like that you mentioned, right? This could be very, very risky, particularly in the context of a contest, because, and not only that, even if in Toastmasters evaluation, we're supposed to evaluate the speech and not the speaker. And you are evaluating the speaker, and particularly you're drawing parallel with something that happened previously. This could be a horns effect, and in contest, it could be very costly. You may say that how will it happen, but it may happen unconsciously if the speaker is known to you. You never know. The speaker who takes on stage could be me as well. So then you should not feel that then you should not. I'm not giving a hint or anything, seriously, but I'm just saying you should not say that, you are a veteran Toastmaster, seasoned Toastmaster. That will be suicidal. Okay, so remember that. Samita, lovely speech, lovely poise. I have still a little bit of, I would not say concern, but I think you still have a scope of improvement in terms of a variety of the vocal variety and the body language. If it is for Smruti, it is her smile. For you, it is your calmness. You are like that ship in rough waters. No matter whatever happens around me, I will be serene and calm in front of the screen. That's what comes across. Add a little bit of agitation, add a little bit of variability in terms of facial expression. Do something with your eyes. You are a principal, so you know what to do with your eyes, right? So, yeah, exactly. Try that. Okay. So do that. That will work wonders. Thank you so much, both the speaker and the evaluator, for a lovely speech and a lovely evaluation. Okay, moving on to our next evaluator. We have another evaluator today, and that is a table topic evaluator. I've already introduced him once. I don't know if there is a formal introduction that's there with me. I think I have. Yeah, I do. Toastmaster for the last 9 years and an agri entrepreneur based out of Kanpur. Loves to debate and travel. He recently was the first runner-up in the evaluation speech contest of District 924, where I was fortunate enough to watch his performance, and what an evaluation it was. Himanshu, over to you. Timer, will you please explain the timing protocols once before Himanshu starts, because this is not a 2 to 3 minutes evaluation. Our voice is breaking. Maanvi, can you help explain the timing protocol? No, Sudharma, we can't hear you. You let it be. Let's ask Maanvi to explain.
We have table topic, 10 table topics. So, yeah, it is there. Okay. Oh.
Okay, are you aware of the timing protocols, Himanshu? Okay, fine.
Yeah. Okay, right. All right. Thank you, General Evaluator, sir. And let me say that there were 10 table topics, and it is not easy to do 10 evaluations one after the other. So if I miss something, it is more my fault on account of me being a human, not a personal agenda against anybody. Okay. Let's start first with Sarah, right? Toastmaster Sarah. I would, and this is for all the table topic speakers who spoke without turning their videos on. Please try to do it. It allows to evaluate even more, especially your facial expressions and the way you use your hands. But you couldn't, I can understand, but try doing that. I really like the example of Goa and how, you use the example of traveling to Goa, and they had a very good message towards the end that travel helps you learn and know about your personality. So that was a very well said statement. And I also like the way you tried to balance both the sides and said, like, you are a nature seeker also and an adventure seeker also. So you balanced it very well, and you altered the voice. The only request for you is to turn the video on. Then next was Sunil, Toastmaster Sunil. Sunil, you come across as somebody who knows a lot more and wants to share a lot more, but are struggling to do so. And my humble suggestion to you is pick one thought and stick to it. Don't try and cover a lot of topics simultaneously. Yes, you can do this as you grow older into the Toastmasters organization. But for now, you started with a rhetorical question, and you, for a change, started against the topic, which is very difficult. Trust me, as a table topic speaker, you normally tend to agree, but you, for a change, stood against the topic. No, stay at home. That is far more allows you to introspect than travel, which was rare, but good, and a very good take on it. You had a very strong take on it. My only request to you as a speaker is that take one chain of thought and speak on it and try and be calm over it. Then you can slowly branch out and develop more. But other than that, I really like the way you stood against the topic and spoke. Well done, sir. Then next was Toastmaster Akib. Very tongue-in-cheek humor about teachers being here and they won't like that education is best by travel. I for one personally believe education is the best teacher. It teaches you very well, and I really like the way you had a very good example, and you shared what you learn while you travel. That was top notch. That was very well done. My concern for you would be timing. I do not know what your timing was, but I will not be surprised if you were very close to 220, 225 bracket. Trust me, there is no worse feeling than getting disqualified on account of time, especially if you're a very good speaker. So that being said, you have a very good command, you have a very good strategy to cover up the topic, but just be careful of your time. Don't lose yourself out on the concept of time, right? Well done. Then we had Joane, and I love the way you covered the brother sister polar opposite people, and how you, apart from being jealous, completely understandable, the way you then tried to emulate your brother, that was a brilliant way of dealing with the situation. And you shared the advantages, and you used the use of topic in the speech was very well done. Get, set, go. You ended with also the get, set, go line, but you spoke about it, and that was brilliant. I mean, I really like the way you did it. Also, the line that survival of the fittest is not the survival of the fittest, but one of the strongest. One who adapts will survive. Brilliant. And I must compliment you on your vocal variety. You have a brilliant vocal variety. So that was a very well attempted table topic. Good within time. Great one for you. Then it was Toastmasters Samita, if I'm right, if I'm not wrong, Samita Kar. I can't concur more with our general evaluator. Ma'am, you sound so calm and composed. Like nothing can perturb you. You're so comfortable on stage. But that probably is one area where a vocal variety will get completely lost. So, and you had a good topic. Travel is a journey to self-discovery, and you had a good take on it. But the vocal variety, the strong voice is so appreciable, but there are notes to it, right? And that can be added to your speech. Also, you can reach the topic a tad bit early. Maybe you reached around after the 1 minute mark. If you go a little early to the topic, you have more time to talk more about the topic. So that will help you connect more with the audience. But I must appreciate the calmness that you have in your voice. Just try and alter the pitch or the pace and see what you can do with it. So that was a very well attempted topic, ma'am. Next was Toastmaster Aparna, right? I agree with your Murphy's law that whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Again, you also had your video turned off. Please try and keep your video on. Then I really like the wordplay that you have, especially the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now that's a movie also, and it's a very well used phrase within your table topic. Well done. Then you shared you were lost in transit, and this is applicable to a lot of table topic speakers. You talked about lost in transit. Where were you traveling from, and where were you traveling to? When did this happen? Where did this happen? Were you alone? Were you with somebody else? There are intricate details to the topic that helps you connect more with the audience and use the time more appropriately. So the key lies in table topics in details. I mean, if you could have shared this kind of information, where you're traveling from, where were you traveling to, why were you traveling, what was the reason, with whom you were traveling, what was the year, what was the month, that would make it more engaging and entertaining. But I really like the way you had the take on the topic, and the way you wordplay is brilliant. So keep it up. Just add a little bit more details to your topics, and that goes for a lot of table topic speakers. The more detail oriented it is, the more engaging it is as an audience for us to understand. Then we had Toastmaster Prabha. Toastmaster Prabha, I really appreciate the way you tried to cover the topic and gave very two relatable points of going with the flow and the weather, right? Check the weather. My recommendation to you is one, place the camera angle a little behind. It was very close to you. So that would allow you to, allow you to be. Saurabh will laugh at it, but yes, the camera angle will allow you to cover the gestures more. But also try and maintain an eye contact with the camera. I felt you were not comfortable maintaining a direct eye contact with the camera. It will come with time, don't worry. But try and consciously do it. That will allow you to connect more. You already have a very good storyline telling ability. Just these 2 points of placing the camera angle at a better place and connecting with the eye with the audience will help you, be a better table topic speaker. Then next was Toastmasters Sanjay. Travel is rewarding. I can't agree more. And you had two perfect examples of Tirupati and Rajasthan, right? And you shared how it is helping you to become powerful and how it is helping you to engage more. I though felt you also were a trap of having too many thoughts in your head and not being able to stick to one thought. Maybe with time it will come. Use an example and stick to it. That will help you cover more and allow you to end on a positive note. So you have good examples, but try and stick with one thought. That will help you deliver a solid table topic. Then the last two were Toastmaster Mita, if I'm not, or Mita, right? Yes, sorry if I'm not getting your name right. I apologize. Brilliant example of where and how you were traveling. Brilliant example of when you were traveling, and you had humor in your speech where you said you rushed at times. Brilliant. I mean, that is a classic example of how to add details to your topic. So I just a few while I said you need to add details. This is how you do it. Very well done. Very well put. Maybe a little more information on how solo travel has helped you and how it has, if you could have shared how it has helped you become a better person or has helped you become more strong or reliant, that would have added more to your speech. And finally, we had Toastmaster Sourav. Again, a brilliant take on how to add details from the auto ride in Kolkata 25 years ago to in US 2010. Look at the way he transforms his voice. No wonder he's a DTM, right? So that is something you can take a leaf out of his book. We all can do that. How to alter your voice and how to add small details that makes it even more engaging. And look at the way he has used time. Again, the time would be around 2:15, 2:20, which is appropriate, apt, and very well put. And he concised the thought brilliantly, ending it with a strong opening and then towards the end, agreeing with the topic. So that in nutshell is my review for all of the table topic speakers. If I missed on somebody, I duly apologize once again. Thank you, and over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Himanshu. And one thing I absolutely love about this role and is that it gives you a good amount of practice for active listening. Because in a speaker's case, what happens is you're listening to one speaker for 5 to 7 minutes. It's a very defined format. Here we don't have a defined format. And the speeches are very different. We don't have any structure or anything as such. Sometimes it just goes in a different direction. Different people use different ways of addressing a table topic. So it's very difficult to do a TTE role. I think you did a brilliant job in terms of evaluating everyone and observing the nitty-gritty details, particularly who stopped where, who mentioned what. So you clearly were taking notes, and that is a very important quality of an evaluator, any evaluator. Thank you, Himanshu, for doing this. Can we have a big round of applause for our table topic evaluator, Mr. Himanshu Awasthi? Thank you. And with this, I will now move on to our timer, our counter, grammarian, and listener. Sudharma, if you can please present your timers report and also confirm if there are any disqualifications.
Thank you. Okay, thank you, General Evaluator. Hope I am audible.
Yeah, you can now share the screen. You can share the screen.
Please allow me to share the screen.
Yeah, now you can share the screen.
Okay, thank you. Hope you can see the screen now. There are no hope you can see. Now you can see, no? Okay.
We can.
There are no disqualifications. There are no disqualification today, and I am happy. And one suggestion from Toastmaster Akib Jah, he just right on time, 2 minutes and 30, finish that table topic. I recommend to be careful on time. Other than that, all speakers and evaluators were right on time. I will share this on chat also. Thank you, General.
Thank you so much. And not only 2 minutes, 30 seconds. I know I am always guilty of doing that, but I would always recommend not to cross 2 minutes, 15 seconds. I am still practicing that because anything which crosses 2 minutes, 15 seconds, you are at the mercy of the timer. And a little bit of here and there, and it could be a lost case. There's nothing worse as a feeling when you're getting disqualified in a contest for 1 second despite giving a brilliant speech. So let's all try to collectively try to wrap up our table topics by 2 minutes, 15 seconds. That would make us better speakers. Okay, over to you, Toastmaster Mita, for the R counters report.
Can you see the screen? Yes. So I can just today there was a very less people. Those who have got, they are both the speakers. Excellent job. No R's. No, I was just planning to get somewhere or the here and there, but there were no any R or arms or any crutch words or anything. So congratulations for both the speakers. A very great job they have done, and even the the evaluators. I can say that John Joseph, she was excellent. She has done a great job. Then there were the few those who have got that time. Like I can say that DTM Sourav Dutta, he was repetitive words. Then Himanshu Awasthi, but was many times and repetitive words. The rest all got less than 5. So over to you. I have shared this thing in chat box. Can you check? Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mita. So, is this the full report? Because I am not seeing all the role players listed there. I am not seeing the TMOD. I am not seeing the TTM. Are they listed there? Or all the?
I have all the lists in my sheet.
Fine. Yeah. When you give it for the entire bunch of people so that we get to know that where we are lacking. Because what I saw is a few table topic speakers. Then I saw takers.
Those who has got more, I have added. And those who are less than 5, I have not added.
And in that case, you should call their names out saying that these people are using less number of us so they don't make it to the red card. Which you are putting up, the red report. It is only for us chosen few. I think that way what will happen is they will not feel that you are not noticing them. They will know that they have a reason. They should be happy that they're not on this report, right? So just call their names. Okay, great. Over to you, Raghav, our grammarian, for today.
Yeah. Is it visible, like of my screen?
Yes, Raghav. Put it on screen share, Raghav.
Yeah, just. Yeah, I kept it on screen share, so just. I'm unable to share.
Now we can see.
Just let me reach.
You continue. We can. It is coming up now. I meant to put it on slideshow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please put it on screen share now. It's not on screen share anymore.
Just one minute. So let me just go ahead with the speech. So today word of the day is nomadic. So I'll just share parallelly. Yeah, someone has put, right? So thank you. Today word of the day is nomadic, and its meaning is wandering and moving from one place to another. Today, 2 people have used that word, and kudos to them. And one is Sourav Dutta, DTM Sourav Dutta for General Evaluator, and TM Joane Joseph during their speeches, and then usual talk. So next, coming to the good usages. Today there were few good usages by speakers and TTMs both, and a few good usages are couch potato. So to indicate how lazy person and showing that, and then other usages, people love to eat food and eat food too. So that's and legible and illegible. So glitter of joy in his eyes, and bewildered, vernacular. Travel is never a waste of money, and it's always an experience. Just relevant to the travel topic. And pavilion or home, it's a comparison by used by Sunil, I think. So, and other one is some quote like throw in an ocean, you will try to learn on your own. So that's one more thing. And envious, survival of the fittest, and it's not the survival of the fittest, it's adapting who will be the best. So homophobic and frantically, and travel her heart. So coming to the next one. So this is other usages and rhetorical questions, which are answer is not required, where they have used this questions, rhetorical questions. What is that one thing you intend to do but not to do? By TM Smruti. And if anyone wants to learn something, who will they turn to? By TM Samita Kar. And how many times we stopped ourselves that we can't do? TM Samita Kar. Today I should next anaphora. No one has used this repetition of word. I couldn't catch up with one person. Like one person has used that. I think Aparna Raja has used that, but I couldn't catch up that anaphora clearly. Yes. And hypophora, the question and then answering them those. So why do we introspect ourselves? By TM Sunil Gupta, TTM speaker. And how many do you like adventures? So TM Joane Joseph during their speeches. And rule of 3, I should say kudos to huge to Samita Kar. Today she has used multiple rule of 3 and other rhetorical questions. So during her speech and during the TTM role also. So, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Why mindset and skill set? She has divided into 3. And happiness, satisfaction, and peace by TM Sunil Gupta. He has used in the TTM speaker. And creep, cry, or pick up. And accept, adapt, or change. So these are the uses. And metaphor is used by TM Sunil Gupta. Pavilion for the home. We even wants to mention the home, but I mentioned the pavilion for that. So yeah, these are good usages. And sorry, these are actually the old ones. So today no recommendation for that in this part. More than my recommendations, I thought I learned more than the listening, giving the recommendations. Thank you. And over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, Raghav. And 2 things I would want to point out. One is that the word of the day usage for table topic speakers. One very senior Toastmaster had told me, if you start using the word of the day in your table topic speeches, that is one of the easiest way of becoming a better table topic speaker. Because what happens is that you bring in that flexibility in terms of language usage, and that reflects upon your speech. Try to use the word of the day as a table topic speaker. Very quickly, you will start seeing improvements in the way you're speaking impromptu. That's one thing. This for everyone. For you, Raghav, we are taking this role for the first time. Yes?
Second time.
Second time. Brilliant, Raghav. Your learning curve is really, really fast. The pace of learning is really fast. One quick thing, for quick call out, just a procedural thing. It is not a TTM speaker, it's a table topic speaker. The TTM is the table topic master. So
master, sorry.
Topic speaker and the table topic master. That's it. Okay. Lovely job, Raghav. Lovely report. I absolutely loved it. Moving on to a listener, Arjun, your report, please.
Let's test our listening skills. The first question is Toastmaster Smruti mentioned about CAS concepts. So what A stands for? Sorry?
Knowledge.
A stands for A.
Attitude.
Right. Okay, so second question. TM Joanna went solo trip to which place?
Himachal.
Himachal Pradesh.
Yeah, correct. Guest Akib mentioned about Khirganga trip. He enjoyed one food item. Which one is that?
Maggie.
That's correct. Toastmaster Sanjay mentioned about holy places.
Balaji and Rajasthan.
Yeah, that's correct. Toastmaster Smita mentioned about handwriting skills. So her son motivated to write note for which occasion for his crush.
For crush.
Which occasion?
Birthday.
Yep, that's correct. So congratulations to all the great listeners. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you so much, our listener, Arjun. Arjun, please present a report at the end of the asking the questions, because this is not a quiz master role. So you need to give an observation that I asked so many questions, I got the right answer. So I feel that the meeting overall, we have done a good job in listening. This is for everyone who's taking up the listener role. What we typically do is we ask the question and then we said good job with the listening. So give a comprehensive report like the grammarian and our counters do as well. So that's it in terms of the entire meeting. I did not evaluate the table topic master. So Atul, two things really work well for you. Or rather, I would say worked really well for this particular meeting at least. One is that your demeanor in terms of your, very calm and a very smiling personality. You are someone who doesn't look, you are someone who's very non-threatening. And so when you take a table topic master role, people are they find it very easy to speak. Atul will not give us a difficult topic. That's the kind of conviction you bring in, quite the contrast of what I do. So I think that's something that I need to learn from you. And the topics actually matched your personality as well. Very simple, very something what people would love to speak on. So thank you, Atul, for taking up this role and a good job there. One thing I think Sudharma would have told you that for certain portions of a certain amount of the session, your face was not fully visible. So just the position in front of the camera, just pay attention to that, because that's all that we have in this online setting, right? So that's it. And thank you so much. The overall meeting was good. We need to pay a little bit of more attention in terms of the number of people attending the meetings, but with the IPL going on, the conferences going on, I do expect a dip in attendance and that to continue for some time. So don't be disheartened by it. The fact is that there were almost 22 people in the meeting, and till 9:30 we had almost 20 people in the meeting, which means that people were there glued onto their screens. So good job with that. With this, I would hand over back to the Toastmaster of the day for her to hand over back to me as the presiding officer.
Thank you so much, DTM Sourav Dutta, for giving a detailed report card to each role taker of the day. Thank you for that. Now, just very quickly, because I had asked in the beginning, if anyone would like to share that one rare tip that you would like us also to follow. Anyone, if would want to share something, some special tip or something. Otherwise, I'll tell you one thing which I generally do. Now, I have grown-up kids. So whenever they are going out, yes, Toastmaster Parna Raja.
Oh, I'm okay if you're going ahead, Toastmaster.
No, please. I'm all yours.
So one thing I've seen a lot of people do is mostly Southeast Asians. No, we tend to stick to what we know when we travel, which is okay for most parts. However, what I mean by that is in terms of getting a very original experience, right? We are extremes. We either go for it all out, or we just hold on to it, like look for an Indian restaurant wherever we go, or just try to pack things unless you have a dietary restriction, those kind of things. Or we go all out and we just start trying every street food. But what really happens is, to get an essence of the experience, is to really do your research before the travel. So I think that is very important, to do a lot of research so that you can really experience the good things and you can stay away from the not so great things. So that research, I think that part is something a lot of us miss out on. So yeah, that is one tip I'd like to give. It's always helped me when I travel.
Yes. Thank you so much for that. All right. So one thing very quickly I would like to tell is I have grown-up kids who also go out traveling and all that. So I want to have the update, which is a good thing, a good practice that people at home should know where you are and whatever is happening around. So you tell them, and obviously it's like, why should we tell? Or this is not the only thing to be done. So I've set a practice in the family that wherever we go, we send pictures in the family group. So wherever they are going, I keep on telling them, send a Snapchat, send a picture in the group. So wherever you go, just send a picture. So they are here, they are there, the picture comes and the updation happens. So that is one thing that I do, because you need to remain connected to the person who's traveling outside, so that, you know if there is some backup that needs to be done. So I guess that's all from my side. Thank you to everybody for staying up till this time. And now I would like to hand over to the presiding officer, DTM Sourav Dutta.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Jaspreet Kaur, and thank you all the members of the Gabbys, visiting Toastmasters who have taken up the roles today. We don't have a lot of time to take feedback, so I would refrain from taking any feedback. Obviously, if you have certain feedback, please don't hesitate to share it with us on our email ID, gabbys.toastmaster@gmail.com. And with this, I would now announce the results for today's meeting, because we are way over time by now. So the best auxiliary role taker for today is Toastmaster, our grammarian for today, Toastmaster Raghava Kundrapu. Congratulations, Raghav. Great job with the role. Second time, but still executed so well. The best evaluator for today is Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Congratulations, Joane. She's not there in the meeting, but I'm sure she'll get her certificates thanks to her essay. And the best table topic speaker is, this one was really close. How close? The first three, 6, 5, and 4 votes. The first person got 6 votes, the second person got 5 votes, and the third person got 4 votes. And the one who's at the top is again Toastmaster Joane Joseph. Congratulations, Joane, again. And the best speaker for today, there is the best speaker. And the best speaker for today is the person who just can't stop smiling, Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. Congratulations, Smruti. Did I announce everyone? I did, right? Oh, best role taker. The best role taker for today is yours truly, as the Chaturthi. Thank you so much. And with this, I adjourn this meeting of the Gabbys Online Toastmasters Club. See you on Thursday for the speech marathon of the Gabbys International Toastmasters Club. Thank you. Have a good day and a good rest of the evening. Bye-bye.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
sir.